Hello and welcome to my Smackdown review. A lot of things on the show tonight, but before I say anything about Smackdown, I do want to address one thing that's been in the news all day I've seen. I want to give my little quick thoughts on about it. The whole, robbery or disappearance of the AEW championship that has been robbed from Chris Jericho, the new world champion. And what can I say from this? So, to what I've read from reports is that the belt was stolen at a Longhorn Steakhouse in Florida. First off, this is Florida, people. Florida has so much weird, crazy shit going on there. When I heard the word Florida, I kind of figured out, yeah, it's Florida. So, Florida is some very weird shit down there. It really is. But, to what I've read about, I think Chris Jericho, he had his, I'm trying to remember the report, but, I guess his driver left and they had the wrong bag. When they came back and got the right luggage, the title was gone, and while he was eating a Longhorn steak at the Longhorn Steakhouse, and the belt was stolen. You know, that just long ago, earlier tonight also, I saw that Chris Jericho put out a video saying that there will be a full investigation as he was hanging in a jacuzzi drinking some of the bubbly. The bubbly. That's been the pretty much latest meme going on with Chris Jericho right now. But pretty much, what can I say from this? I think it's crazy that this guy just won the championship and then lost the belt at a Longhorn Steakhouse. I don't know who stole the belt. I don't know what made them the intentions. They're like, hey, I robbed Chris Jericho today. And I know some people saying this is probably a work just because AEW put the video out with Chris Jericho in a jacuzzi, saying that it is a full investigation. We will find this championship, or to try to make a storyline about it. But there is a legitimate police report, to what I've seen several people post online now about it. So yeah, I don't know who stole his belt. I don't know how it slipped while he was eating, or I guess he was eating at the time. I just know it was at Longhorn Steakhouse. That's all I know. And I think it was Tallahassee, Florida, if I'm not mistaken. But overall, it's Florida in general, and they be on some crazy weird stuff over there. So it's just insane. This guy just won the title. I saw this guy win the title. I was there, okay? I was there. I saw him win the title on Saturday at the Sears Center. And 2-3 days later now, the belt is gone. He's been robbed for the belt. So I'm sure there's a lot of memes going on online from, Vince McMahon stole it, or Shane McMahon stole it, or Truth lost the 24/7 title, or I don't know. A lot of people thought they've stolen it, but I've seen jokes between Longhorn and Omaha Steaks, and just a whole bunch of jokes in the bubbly head. That's the new thing, and I have an idea about that. I'll come back at that with a later date, but pretty much, yeah. This belt has been stolen. Okay, Chris Jericho's been robbed. I don't know if the belt will be found. I don't know if AEW will just make another world title belt, which we know they've got the money for it, so they can create it. But is this a work, as some people say? I wouldn't think so if it's a police report, or like I said, unless AEW is going to find a way to make this into a storyline now of who stole Chris Jericho's belt. So I don't know, but it is kind of insane that this guy was robbed for the title, and it's just hopefully they catch the motherfucker that did it. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to take this championship, but I didn't believe it at first when I read it today, but then when I said, is this true? And then I guess I saw more reports about it. All right, let me look up some sites and see what happened. And yes, this is true. His championship has been stolen. So yeah, folks, AEW has now lost a title. We don't know where it is. Somewhere in Florida, I'm assuming. So when will this belt be found? I have no freaking clue. But I just wanted to address my quick thoughts about the this whole AEW title being stolen and everything. And you can tell me what you think about it too. So comment and tell me what do you think about this whole AEW Chris Jericho situation right now. But moving on from that, we moved into SmackDown in Norfolk, Virginia, which I gotta say was a very great crowd tonight. This crowd was really into it. Like, I know Baltimore was good last night, but Norfolk, they cared, man. They gave a fuck out there last night. I thought they were good. Because we kicked off with a video package of course, Bayley betraying Becky to help Sasha. Bayley came out, who actually had boos out there. So there were some boos, even though some people did try to chant Bayley. And, you know, Bayley came out doing her usual entrance and everything. But as people kind of booed at her and stuff, Bayley pretty much said that Sasha's her best friend and that nothing has changed, and that, you know, says she doesn't get it. You know, everyone has something to say, and, you know, that's what happened on Raw. And she's been trying to be the champion division, to lift people up, and she gave her a whole heart out there. But as people kept booing her, she said, I was just trying to make you feel the way I felt when I was a kid, but I guess no one cares. As she said, she's the hero and the role model. She's trying to show the kids what it means to be loyal, pretty much. And that she's doing everything to keep SmackDown on the map and prove that this is the championship, that people should get recognition as much as Becky Lynch's Raw title. Bayley pretty much said that she will beat the most selfish person on the roster, though, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte came out. I swear to God, this girl's becoming more unrecognizable to me for some reason nowadays. But she came out there and pretty much talked about Bayley. You know, do you want to talk about selfish? Saying that, you know, I am the queen of selfishness. All right, and Flair pretty much said that you got a lot to say about me, but, you know, you're gonna see this. What you see is what you woo. You know, get, you know, people chanting woo in and stuff. But she said there's no confusion or blindsiding of hugging, and you say you may want to hold that belt a little tight, because at Clash of Champions I'm gonna take it. Next thing you know, Sasha Banks' music hit. Charlotte pretty much looked at both Sasha and Bayley. She punched Bayley, kicking her down. Then her and Sasha brawled for a second, but Bayley came back with a very, very weak, probably one of the weakest chair shots I've ever seen. It didn't even look like she even hit her. It looked so bad. It was like two of those chair shots looked weak as fuck, okay? Until she started doing some more chair shots and they looked a little bit better. But next thing you know, she handed the chair to Sasha then. She started hitting Flair with, which the fans chanted one more time. So pretty much all three of these women are technically heel, right? So who do you cheer for then? And, you know, people then start chanting Becky, but when they start chanting one more time, I'm like, didn't you people just boo at Bayley and Sasha? But now you're chanting one more time for them. But then it's now switching to Becky chants for her to come out to help Charlotte when you don't like Charlotte because you want to get beat up by the chair by chanting one more time. So it's a lot of things that make sense, because technically all three of these women are heel out there, and this is a heel versus heel match. Unless they're going to turn Charlotte face, I don't know. But right now, it's technically heel versus heel between Bayley and Charlotte when you look at it. But Bayley and Sasha stood over Charlotte and pretty much smiled and everything as they, you know, Bayley got her title and they headed back in the back then. So this was actually a good segment and something different on here, I will say that. At least Bayley is getting booed as a heel. Her promo, that was, I wouldn't say it was bad, but it just, some of it made sense, but the delivery just kind of sounded bad. Bayley, I feel like, has never been the best promo cutters now, you know, for a while now. But maybe if we give it time with the heel thing, we'll see. But I'm not really sure myself. You know, they went back to Bayley and Sasha again, talking pretty much, you know, what they just did. You know, giving each other handshake and stuff. Next was the King of the Ring qualifying tournament. Mustafa Ali versus Elias. Elias left his guitar on the throne as he was getting ready to do this match. This was a very great match, though. With any of all these King of the Ring matches have been mostly great, you know, despite some illogical booking and stuff. But overall, the matches have been very strong, and this was another enjoyable one. I did like when Ali did a suicide dive. Elias caught him, shoved him into the LED boards, then hit him with a big suplex on the ramp then. And they pretty much came back. Ali did a suicide dive on Elias's back, but he hit his knee, because he did hit his arm. Well, he hit Elias's arm, but he hit his knee, and his knee was messed up. But at one point, he was able to hit a 450 splash on his arm, targeting it. So it's like Ali was targeting the arm, and Elias was targeting his knee and everything. But next thing you know, Ali did another dive onto him, to his arm. Then he put him in a crossface. Elias was able to get out of it, hit him with a power bomb, and then next thing you know, we pretty much put him in a submission hold on his leg. Then Elias pretty much kept targeting the knee several times, and then he slammed into the ring post. Elias pretty much he threw Ali around for a second, and then at one point they were both on the top rope. And pretty much Elias had pushed Ali, who did a backflip, landing on his feet okay, and then Elias jumped off the turnbuckle to the floor, which he got super kicked in. He threw him back in. He went for another 450. Elias got out of the way. Elias still targeted that bag knee one more time until he hit the drift away, winning the match. So I know people don't really want to see Elias win, or even surprisingly he's gone this far anyways, but he's gone this far anyways. But I thought him and Mustafa had a great match. I'm sure people probably wanted to see Mustafa move on to go against either Chad Gable or Almas out there later tonight in the next round and stuff. But this was a great match in general. I didn't even really expect Elias to keep going in this King of the Ring tournament, but hey, he is. So will Elias face a heel versus heel thing next? I don't know. Samoa Joe was here to pretty much scout the competition for the King of the Ring tournament, and everyone had to take a knee to refer him as the king. Aleister Black was sitting in his dark room or janitor's room or whatever, but he wasn't going to wait this time. He says, it's the mountain that's going to come to him. He's going to go to the mountain. So he didn't want anybody to pick a fight with him. He's going to go be the one to pick a fight with somewhere else. So at least it was different this time. Next, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. I walked out of the room for this match because I'm
not sure about that.
I just don't really give a crap about these tag belts in general, to be honest. Match wasn't bad. It ended up with Rose and Deville kind of hitting Undisputed Era's finisher, if I'm not mistaken, like a high knee and a low roundhouse, I believe, and stuff on Bliss for the win. So it wasn't that bad of a match. I thought both of these teams heel technically. I don't know, unless Bliss and them, and I don't even know who's face here, to be honest. I really don't. So I'm assuming Rose and Deville are the ones next in for a tag title shot, because I don't even know any other women's tag team champions on this show in general at this point, because they've beaten them all. But I guess since Rose and Deville beat Bliss and Cross, I guess they get a title shot. So there you go. I don't really give a shit about these belts, but we got to push them somewhere, I guess. Chad Gable's in the back as Samoa Joe bumped him, pretty much started making a short joke saying that you gotta walk here with your little, your little cape, your little scepter, still on that big ass crown and everything. But listen, buddy, you look like a big baby out there and stuff, sitting with all that stuff. He called him Good Luck Bilbo. I don't know what Bilbo means, to be honest. So please enlighten me about that if anyone knows. But yeah, more short jokes of Gables. I know some people don't like that, and I don't even know why they keep calling this guy short when, he's been here this whole time, but, we're all of a sudden making short jokes about this guy every week. So Joe made short jokes about him and walked off. Randy Orton came out then, which the crowd was chanting his name, but the crowd was really cheering the heels out there and chanting their names tonight too. Like, was a lot of chants out there. But Orton actually got a really good pop when he came out too. But he said Clash of Champions is 2 weeks away, and there will be a new WWE champion. And Kofi Kingston has never been on his level, as people then start chanting for Kofi. Then Orton said that sweet sound of Kofi Kingston's head hitting the floor was just great, and he's destroyed him. Pretty much how he destroyed the rest of the New Day and everything. And he says, I don't want to wait till Clash of Champions. He told Kofi to come out here right now. The crowd went big for it. But it's Kofi's music hit. The Revival ended up jumping him then on the way down to the ring. New Day was not there to help since they were already been beat up already. But the Revival threw Kofi in the ring as Orton pretty much got on the mic and said, "Stupid, stupid," as he stomped on him, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid, stupid." Orton pretty much had the Revival. They pretty much picked up Kingston. He says, "You know what? I'm gonna beat you once and for all in Clash Champions in front of your friends, your family, your brothers, everyone, and that you will fall to the most deadliest words in WWE, RK." But Kofi kicked him in as the Revival pretty much started beating. They tried to fight him off, but the Revival beat him up again. Orton pretty much had the Revival pick up Kingston and do the Shatter KO on him. And I know some people are right where they say this is basically a 3D, okay? Except it's just the Revival holding two people. It's basically a 3D when you look at it. That's all it really is. I still like calling it the Shatter KO because it sounds cool in general, but it's basically Team 3D. It's the 3D move except with three people. That's all it really is. So it's the 3D with three people. But if you want to call it a Shatter KO, yes. Other than that, good segment though, I will say that. So it does put more heat on Orton and the Revival going to Clash of Champions. So it does make them look like bigger heels out there as they stood over Kofi Kingston in. Chad Gable then went against Andrade Cien Almas. Vega pretty much started talking about Gable as pretty much says, you will overcome the odds, huh? You want to become the next King of the Ring winner, but Andrade is, and that there's no shame in losing to the future king. So, you keep going, little guy. So, yes, more short jokes directed at Gable. Overall, this was a very fun match to watch, okay? And the crowd was definitely into it like they were earlier with Mustafa and Elias. Come on, you even got a Let's Go Gable chant out there. When's the last time you heard any of that? Or in general, pretty much. But these guys hitting freaking German suplexes, man, just look freaking cool, especially with Gable. I'll give him that. Almas even going for his moonsault. But Gable put his knees up then. Fans started chanting him. He had a big moonsault on him there from the top rope, which Almas did kick out. Gable had pretty much a suplex into him, bridged it. His what's it called? I know the O'Connor roll or I still call it the Chaos Theory suplex and stuff. But Vega got in. Almas hit his big elbow on him. He even hit the Three Amigos at one point, but still did those German suplexes. But after that elbow, he did go for his hammerlock DDT. But Gable rolled him up for the pin, and the crowd popped big time when Chad Gable won. So I was surprised to see Gable even go this far in the tournament in general. It's surprising. But he said, "I'm going to prove all you I'm not little," or something, since they keep making short jokes at him. But I guess I thought Almas was going to win. I'm sure a lot of people thought Almas was going to win this thing. I know a lot of people say Almas can't catch a break, but this was a very great match to look at, and it was very enjoyable to watch between Gable and Almas in general. Now the semifinals of this match will be Gable versus Elias, as Raw with the illogical oddball booking of a triple threat match between Joe, Corbin, and Ricochet. We will see what comes from that next week in Madison Square Garden, which they have not sold out. But hey, we got The Undertaker coming back next week to SmackDown, as also Stone Cold Steve Austin coming back to Monday Night Raw, since they could not sell out the freaking Garden both nights. So there you go. But next thing you know, Aleister Black versus Shelton Benjamin. The fight, he wanted to fight. Not much to say from this match other than Shelton winning. Not Shelton, but it was a little quick match. Black won, Black mass, so there you go. Maybe nowadays Black will finally look for someone to fight instead of being, sitting in a janitor's closet. If it was a longer segment, I would do a good parody song to this, and I'm sure you know where it's probably going. I don't give a fuck if you're hating on it not. I'll do it any damn way, so there you go on that. But, yes, at least he's maybe picking a fight. But then next, we got more 24/7 shenanigans with Rockstar Spud and his wife. They were walking as they were trying to get out of the boiler room. Next, the Singh brothers tried to jump him. Did not work. It looked like a freaking Looney Tunes cartoon out there at one point, as he was able to kick out from that. One of the house party guys, Grand Metalik, slid. Like he just rolled on top of production crate, sliding right by, trying to get the Spud. So this is something you see out of a Looney Tunes cartoon. But the B team showed up and who was it? Bo Dallas was able to get the pin, so he was the 24/7 champion. Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn came out there, and Sami told him to stop playing. I'm gonna start calling him Dancing Sammy out there, since he just keeps dancing all the time with Shinsuke. Pretty much said that he told the music to stop. He says, I don't want you all singing along with Nakamura's music. It's not about the fans. It's about your Intercontinental Champion. And I guess the opponent, this job guy's name was Andrew Howard. And so it didn't matter who you are. I'm just going to think you're the Miz. Nakamura just pretty much beat the crap out of the guy, handled with a Kinshasa, as Sami Zayn spoke over the entire match, which became very annoying to me, that I'm sitting there wondering where it's supposed to get over, of what, him being an annoying heel. I don't even know right now at this point, to be honest, where the Sami Zayn and Nakamura thing is going, especially going against the Miz of all people. But I forget it's even a title match, to be honest. But I guess they want to get that over somehow. But it's Nakamura and Sami Zayn left. The B team were back in the ring as the Singh brothers and the Lucha House Party, because, hey, let's throw all the 205 guys to fight for the 24/7 title again, which Spud ended up pinning Dallas to get his belt back. But as he pretty much celebrated, Truth was hiding, which actually that was some good camouflage out there, but he was hiding in the King of the Ring robe on the throne platform. Pretty much took it off and pinned Spud again to become a 14-time 24/7 champion. So the shenanigans continue with this championship, and I'm sure people thinking maybe he stole the AEW title, but he won the 24/7 title back tonight. So the chase continues. The chase continues. This man will beat Ric Flair's record soon enough. So there you go on that. Daniel Bryan came out. Fans chanting for Daniel Bryan. Like I said, they're cheering the heels tonight. Bryan pretty much said that it looked like they were finally, there was finally a group of people who believed him. And that, I guess all the people out there, but he said that he knows how it looks to everyone about the video footage of who attacked Roman Reigns, and it looked like Rowan doing it, but he says, people think they're guilty by association and stuff, going by what they've seen. But he says, I've had the entire time, I have nothing to do with this, he says. You may not like my opinions, but I am not a liar. I've never been called by a liar to the fans, and he hates liars, he says. And he wanted an apology from Roman Reigns just for accusing him, and especially that spear for last week, and for calling him a liar. Roman came out, the next thing you know, Rowan attacked him from behind, beat him up. Bryan pretty much says, what are you doing? Rowan pushed him down, and then he pretty much did powerbomb Reigns to the steel post, as fans chanted for Roman there. He did his claw slam on him. Rowan pretty much got on the microphone and says, you think Daniel did this? He says, well, the joke's on you. As Rowan pretty much looked at Bryan then and says, he's worse than everyone else. He says, you can't control me. I'm no one's puppet, pretty much. Rowan said that, Bryan, I'm going to show you that a big man, you want to be the big man trying to slap me in the face. So come do it. Slap me, as he kept slapping himself in the face then, because you slapped me several times. He pretty much told Reigns that, I'll be proud of what I've done to you. It's going to be a good feeling, a Clash of Champions, a match I honestly don't give two craps about. Roman Reigns versus Rowan, because I don't really expect to see much from that. But Rowan pretty much threw Reigns outside and was going to chokeslam on the table, but then Bryan stopped him, and he says, what are you doing? I'm your friend! As Bryan slapped him again, Rowan pretty much chokeslammed through the announce table, and he said, no one tells me what to do, as he pretty much yelled at Rowan on the ground, in which I guess now he's got new music. He doesn't have that Asian music or some stuff he had a while ago, or whatever he had, but I don't know what this new music they gave, but it's better than his last one he had also. Listen, this whole story is very confusing to me at this point, of who tried to kill Roman Reigns. So 1 minute it's Bryan, then it's Rowan, then it's not Rowan, then it's fake Rowan, then it's Earth 616 Rowan, then it's Buddy Murphy of, I saw Rowan do it. Now it pretty much it is Rowan was behind this, even though we've already got know it's been video footage of him and everything. So he's not some mindless puppet now, and it wasn't Bryan. So I don't know if this is the end of the story, or maybe this is some swerve, or maybe this continues at the pay-per-view or something, but at this point in the game, I don't even know where this story is going on at this point, okay? So, 1 minute it's this person, 1 minute it's that person, you say it's Rowan, you say it's not Rowan. I don't even know who you saying it is anymore at this point. It was already confusing last week for what it was when it says, oh, it was Bryan, but then we saw the video package, it was Rowan, so Rowan, he admitted to it now. He said, I did it. No one tells me what to do. I don't really look forward to this match in general, but there you go on that. The crowd cared more about Daniel Bryan when he came out there, to be honest, so there you go. But, you know, I don't really want to see this match in general. I personally don't care, but I guess they got to make Rowan the culprit, so I guess, or it's some swerve, I don't know. But overall, I thought SmackDown was good. I enjoyed the crowd tonight. Norfolk was a really great crowd out there tonight, but yeah, the King of the Ring matches were great in general, both of them. I did enjoy them. I didn't really expect Gable to move on, but Elias and Gable next week. The Sasha and Bayley thing was good at the beginning too. The Rowan, Bryan, and Roman thing, I don't know, man. I don't know where this is going, so don't really quote on me that much about it. So I don't even know what to expect from it at this point. It's just going all over the place. Try to see what else happened on this show. Black came out of his room to fight Benjamin. I kind of missed the women's tag match bout. Not that much, so it was kind of whatever. But hey, Rose and Deville won, so that gives you something, I guess. And you know, the Orton segment was really good too with Kofi, so I will say that. The Orton promo, I thought that was a good segment out there to get some heel heat on them. So other than that, I thought SmackDown was pretty good tonight, and it's worth watching him get the chance. So not bad at all, if you ask in my opinion. So other than that, I'm done with this review. I'll see you guys later. I'm out here. Peace, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about SmackDown night. Check out my other reviews from Raw, All Out, UK Takeover Cardiff, and New Japan Royal Quest that are posted upline right now. But other than that, I'm out here. I will see you guys later. Peace. Keep it down with the clown, upside down with a sad frown. Or maybe it's an upside down with an upside down smile, and maybe you can find something in a dog pile. But it's going down. It's SmackDown. I'm out here. I will see you guys later. Peace out. There you go.